morning. That song gets us going, doesn't it? I've been busy this morning. It's Saturday. It's Family Fun Day. But it's also thinking about next week. And next week we're going to be in, and let me pull a calendar out so I can show you. Pardon me. Let's see. Where is... That's April. We're in April. Okay. So this next week, we start tomorrow is the 28th. And for the first 3 days, we have Zone 5. Zone 5. And then Zone 1 starts on Wednesday. See, Wednesday is Zone 1. And it goes to the end of the week. So we're going to be in 2 zones next week. Our Zone 5 is our living room. Yep, our living room. And Zone 1 is our front porch, our entrance of our house, which mine's sort of all in one, and our dining room. So what I've been doing today is, it's a pretty day outside, and I've thrown the dog beds outside on the back deck. And that will, and I've cleaned underneath the dog beds. They get really dusty under there. I guess it's the dogs do it. And so I've detailed cleaned that area of the house and underneath our chairs. And it's really looking and smelling good. Zone 5 is our living room, Lori. Our living room. So the dog beds, we have 1, 2, 3 dog beds in our living room. And so I've thrown them all out on the back deck, sort of airing them out. Sunshine is a great way to make things smell better and look better. And I think I'm going to have to take one cover off of a dog bed and wash it or throw it away. Anyway, so I'm getting a head start on next week's zones. And it makes me feel good to know that the house is, I spent 10 minutes this morning cleaning out from under those dog beds. And all I used was my rubber sweeper. That's it. So you can get a lot of things done in just a few short minutes if you won't go crazy. I mean, we get into hyper-focus mode and we can spend all day cleaning out from under all of our furniture and driving our family nuts, when all you got to do is just pick one area and deal with it. One area and deal with it. And that way, you never have to spring clean, ever. We do a little bit when we're in each zone, and it makes us happy because we're getting rid of the dust and the allergens and all sorts of things. If you just do it, instead of thinking, well, I'll do that tomorrow. That's our procrastination. And that's our perfectionism, because what we say to ourselves is, I don't have time to do it right now. And you really do have 2 or 3 minutes. Just see what you can get done in 2 or 3 minutes. Let me tell you what I bought the other day. I got some cans of spray air. The stuff you clean electronics out with. And that's a good way to get the dust off the top of your books in a bookcase. And then you can take a section out and take your multi-wand and stick back in behind the books and get that dust out of there. Yep, it'll work. It'll work. We've got a lot of bookcases too, and I understand but you don't want to take all the books out, because you will drive yourself nuts trying to put them back the way they were, because you can't do it. I got an email one time from a lady who took all her books off of her bookshelves and tried to dust them all, and then she couldn't get them back. She tried to do too much at one time, and that's one of our rules. We don't want to do too much at one time. That's why we have the 11 commandments. Let me see where my Sync Reflections book is. The Chaos Cure. Syncroflex. Let me see if I can find that in Syncroflex. No, that's body clutter. For some reason, I don't have Syncroflections back here. It's Chaos. I don't know where my Syncroflections book. It's gone. Anyway, but the 11 commandments, most of them are all about taking care of you. Don't pull out more than you can put back in an hour. That's a rule. And that makes it easy for us to not do too much. You know, when it comes to this other person that wants you to pull everything out of your closet and do all that, that is too hard. That is way too hard for any of us. We don't have all day to spend cleaning out our closets, especially on a Saturday. That's family fun day. So get some stuff done, get some food in the crock pot, and that way you can get outside and play on this beautiful day. It is a beautiful day in our neighborhood. Yesterday, I'm looking outside my window and I have a cardinal on a tree branch out there. And our power went out last night at 6:30. We had gone to dinner and I got a notification on my phone. If you don't subscribe to your electric company's notifications, you're missing out, because it told me our power went out at 6:30 and it didn't come back on until about 5 this morning. It is what it is. But we had a generator, and our generator runs our TV and all that stuff, and we were able to go through our normal routines. The only complaint I had is the NFL draft. Upstage Jeopardy. Can you imagine that? It upstaged Jeopardy when it's got James on there, Holshouser, who has won $1.2 million, and I didn't get to see it last night. But I recorded it at 2 in the morning, so we'll watch it tonight. And it just, not everybody likes the NFL draft. I'm done. I'm over it. I saw the first round, saw some of the people who got picked from the first round, and there you have it. So I'm going to watch Jeopardy this evening, and we'll catch up on James, and he'll be back on. He'll be back on tonight. He'll be back on Monday. I hope he won last night. I don't know if he won last night. I don't have a clue if he won last night. But he's been hard to beat. The man is good. And now this is funny. The other day we were watching, and he said that he did a lot of his studying in the children's section of the library. Imagine that. Learning from children's books. James won last night. Yay, yay, yay. No, I don't live in Tennessee, but I was raised in Tennessee. I'm a Tennessee girl. Yep, I grew up in Tennessee. I grew up on Reelfoot Lake in West Tennessee. And my grandparents were from Mayfield, Kentucky. Melanie Cox here lives in Mayfield. And we have lots of family there. So I can't wait to watch James win tonight, because he has set 5 records on the highest winnings for one day. And he's an all-in kind of guy. I'll make it a true daily double. And he just says all in and pushes his chips forward. He is a professional gambler, sports gambler in Las Vegas. But he's a great player. He doesn't jump in if he doesn't know the answer. He's doing well. Anyway, so folks, they checked my internet yesterday. Everything is fine. But guess what? For some reason, they don't have auxiliary power to the cable modems. We have auxiliary power to our modems here, but they don't have it to the modems out when the power goes out. So people in our area, I have to use my hotspot on my phone if we want to get online. Yep, James is one of the best people I've ever seen on Jeopardy. And keep Alex Trebek in your prayers. He has pancreatic cancer. So please keep him in your prayers. That's just not much coming back from that. But God is good, and I have faith that he will be cured. 80%, 20% do have success with cures. And one of those people that had success with cures was one of our Supreme Court justices, Ruth Bader Ginsburg. So it can happen, and it's going to happen with Alex. Okay, everybody, I'm going to get off of here, and I've been listening to the Mueller report. I don't like people telling me what it says. I want to find out for myself. And it seems quite biased as I'm reading it, just so you know. What I really want to know from the Mueller report, and what we're not seeing, is why didn't the Obama administration stop the Russians? That's what I want to know, because it was their job to do it. And I hope Trump and his people are stopping the Russians right now from the new election we've got coming up in 2020. So we need to protect our election system. And don't believe everything you see on Twitter and on Facebook. Don't believe it. Thanks, Sally. Anyway, so having been a county commissioner and being in charge of elections in our county, we bought tons of electronic voter things, and it was important to get into the 21st century. And each precinct has to report their stuff to the election boards in the counties. And we have 19 precincts in our little county. And it has to be hand delivered, not transmitted over a phone or over, it has to be hand delivered. And we passed voter ID in our state with a constitutional amendment the last election. So everybody has to have an ID. You have to have ID when you get Social Security. Everybody has to have an ID. So be prepared next time you go to vote. Take your ID. Well, my sister Dina is in Dallas, and she just sent me a picture. So keep she and Jay in your thoughts and prayers. And my sister Susan is in Mexico City on a mission trip. And my sister Patty is moving into her new house. And it's just busy, busy, busy. And Ben has a visitor today. I'm just so excited that he is doing so well. Keep him in your prayers that God sends him where he's supposed to be for his new, for when he gets out in September. He's going to be out. Just pray that his parole goes through and he can be out in September. So keep Ben in your thoughts and prayers. He's so worried. His friend's coming to visit him today, and she didn't have cell coverage in that area, and she's got to get a Verizon cell phone soon so that she has cell coverage ever. I've only been one place in this country with Verizon that didn't have cell coverage, and that was in Springfield, Missouri. Yep, Springfield, Missouri. Well, y'all, get some stuff done today. have some fun today. Robert is building me new front steps. He was sawing just before I got on here out of this window, and I'll have some new steps. Yes, my nephew's in prison for drugs, and he's done some pretty bad things, but he has made a change like you wouldn't believe. When his mother died back in July, my sister, he he was preparing to get certified to be a peer counselor for drug addiction. He's been clean and sober for 4 years. Prison's been good to him. And he's lost about 30 pounds. He's been doing low carb. Last weekend he called me so excited. This is a miracle, y'all. This is a miracle. When he went into prison, he got his liver enzymes checked. Drug addicts have hepatitis and all kinds of stuff, and they get checked for AIDS and all different things when they get put in prison. And his liver enzymes were off the chart. Just off the chart. And in a couple of years, they checked again. It was in the 100,000 range. They checked his liver enzymes last week, and it was 2.4. Not 2.4 thousand, 2.4. And the person who checked his enzymes, he said, by the time you get out of here, you're going to be healed. Imagine that. It's a miracle. It's a miracle. So I'm just so happy for him. So happy that he's getting to help others, and he can take this certification. He was going to a class, a 40-hour class that he took to get this certification, and it can go with him into the real world. So if he goes to a halfway house in Knoxville or Nashville, wherever, he can still lead groups and do things. So it's just wonderful. I couldn't find him for 3 days to tell him that his mother had passed, because he was in this class and it was really getting to me. But God is good. God had a plan for me, and I pushed his butt when he was out the last time to get his GED. I pushed him hard. And somebody I went to high school with, Gilbert Parnell, he was his liaison to get this GED and get it done. I sent him all these books to study, and he scored better than anybody taking the test. Ben is brilliant. He's super smart, and he likes science, but he's working in the psychology department, and he wants to get more certification. He loves helping people. So folks, keep him in your prayers. He's doing well, and he asks me every day about Clay, our friend who had a blood clot, because they've been praying for him, and Clay's doing well too. So prayers work better than anything. So I'm going to play you another song. What do you want to hear? Let's see. I'm going to go back. Switch. I didn't play Why Not Today yesterday. Let me find Eric's version of Why Not Today. Because we got to start someplace. And we might as well start now. Here you go. Why Not Today? I love this song. It makes me happy.
I've been waiting for just right moment to start living the life of my dreams. I was hoping some magical moment would come rescue me.
Turn it up.
But it hit me today, there's no better time to begin. This day I've been given is my day to start living, so I am jumping in. Why not today, while the sun is shining? Today, while I know I can. The past is behind me, tomorrow can't find me till I live today. So why not today, while my heart is ready? Today, while it's in my grasp. If I start out slowly, I'm confident knowing I'm still on my way. So why not today? I've been searching in all the wrong places for the courage to follow my dreams, but I finally discovered the power lies inside of me. I could spend my life waiting for something to show me the way, but I would be missing the wonderful blessing of embracing today. Why not today, while the sun is shining? Today, while I know I can. The past is behind me, tomorrow can't find me till I live today. So why not today, while my heart is ready? Today, while it's in my grasp. If I start out slowly, I'm confident knowing I'm still on my way. So why not today? I'm ready, I'm willing, I'm able, I'm learning to fly. But how will I know how high I can soar if I never try? Why not today, while the sun is shining? Today, while I know I can. The past is behind me, tomorrow can't find me till I live today. Why not today, while my heart is ready? Today, while it's in my grasp. If I start out slowly, I'm confident knowing I'm still on my way. Why not today? Why not today? Why not
It's an amazing song. I love it. So everybody have a good day, and I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Talk to you later.